What is going on, everyone? Chris from PickDawgz.com here with your morning show. It is Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. Got a smaller card today, just a maybe normal size NBA card, about 9 games, like a 5-game NHL card. And we got the rest of, college hoops where it's the rest of the ACC, SEC Challenge. We got some Big Ten Conference action starting. Horizon League is starting as well for those like the mid-majors. We've got some decent matchups on the board, but still lots of money to be made on today's card. And I got a great group of cappers with me today to help us break down the card. I got Tony T and Jay Briggs. Tony, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Kind of a nice little breather here without 60 college football games to handicap this week, so it makes things a little easier. But, of course, it gets heavier now in college basketball. Of course, now we're starting to see the Big Ten jump out here with some conference games. Horizon sneaking in one today, so looking forward to this hoops card, no doubt.
Absolutely. Jay, how you doing?
There we go. Sorry, I'm doing all right. Doing some things behind the scenes, getting the jam session together and things like that. 9 games in the hoops today, so ready to break that down. Mad at the committee because they don't know what the hell they want to do in college football. And I'm glad I didn't jump into college hoops yesterday because I would have got slaughtered. So we'll see if today is the day I jump in or not.
Yeah, I think we know what the commission wants to do. They want to bring in the most money possible. Who's going to draw the eyeball? It's an invitational. We should just call it the NIT, National Invitational Tournament for College Football.
Yeah. There's still going to be a lot that we have to decipher over the next week, but that's a good card today. Yesterday was beat by the hook with UC San Diego. Looked so good the entire way. Had 5.5, and they lose by 6. There were a couple there. Hockey kind of saved my ass though. Hockey was a solid day on the ice, but that was yesterday. It's in the rear view. Now we move on to today. I'm going to start with we always do the NHL on the card. We've got trying to do 2 different things at once. There we. All right, we got. Let's see here. From the NHL, we've got 5 games on the board. We got the Dallas Stars and the New Jersey Devils. We got. Why did I do that? We got your Dallas.
Nah, it pissed me off. They lost last night.
Oh, come on! It pissed me off too. But the bit's got to stay.
Stars.
There you go. See, it still means something. The Winnipeg Jets on the road taking the Montreal Canadiens. We got the Buffalo Sabres in Philly to take on the Flyers. We got the Washington Capitals taking on the San Jose Sharks and the Battle of Jays teams.
Oh my God, man! What am I gonna do? Even money too? What the hell?
Yeah. The Utah Mammoth taking on the Anaheim Ducks. Tony, anything you like from the NHL today?
Yeah, I like the one I like here is I'm going to go ahead and take Anaheim. They've been very good at home. I think it's kind of a cheap price in this one here, $1.07 both sides I'm looking at here. But Anaheim, a 9-3 home record. I know the goaltending has been kind of shaky over their past 5, but they are pushing across 4 goals a game over that time period. Mammoth numbers have been after that fast start, it's kind of going the other way. They're starting to look like we're going to have to call them Utah Coyotes the way they've been looking like.
Hey, be nice.
The last couple of the games here, 1-4 over their past 5. I could only look at Anaheim here.
I might have to bring out the roadkill sound.
Hey. Hey. Speak kindly when you speak of them Coyotes, man. I don't disagree, though. The line makes me nervous. I'm going to just be real. The line makes me nervous. But I think the Ducks are just the right play here. We've already seen them beat the Mammoth in Anaheim once this season, 3-2. And the Mammoth, they just haven't been playing all that well. Losers of 4 straight. They've lost 3 straight on the road at Dallas, ain't St. Louis, ain't at San Jose. So I think this is a good spot for Anaheim coming back home. You know, we saw them beat LA at home, beat the Kings at home, the Golden Knights, I'm sorry. And I think they stack another one. So I'm going to take the Anaheim Ducks. I think their offense shows up, shows out. My Stars on the back end of a back-to-back after losing yesterday, bro. I'm going to leave it alone because I understand why Jersey's favored here. Rest advantage, 5th home game, last 6 games. Dallas on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. Not huge travel because it's just Rangers to New Jersey, so it's not nothing crazy. They probably stay in the same hotel, but if I'm not taking the Stars, that tells you what you need to know. There you go.
Oh, Lord. Well, I am going to take the Stars. I think they get something from the back-to-back here. You get the stronger goalie like the other two in Ottinger starting tonight. I think DeSmith starting against the Rangers was part of the reason they fell in that game. And even then they were still competitive in that one, but just fell short. But I think they get the job done today. And I'm going to take Montreal plus money at home where they've been really solid this season. I've said it before. I'll say it again. As long as the Winnipeg Jets are missing Connor Hellebuck in goal, they are not going to see any of my money because I don't think Eric Comrie is cut out to be a number 1 goaltender. I don't think he can handle the workload, and we start to see that from them in their recent results. They've dropped 5 of their last 6. They've given up 4 or more goals in 4 of those games. So give me the Montreal Canadiens in that one. But we'll move on to college hoops. We've got a bunch of games on the board, some mid-majors on the card, but a couple of those marquee ACC, SEC matchups, and still some other high-profile action on the board. We're going to start at noon with a couple of games on the board. Arkansas Pine Bluff and UIC. UIC laying 17 at home in that one, total 163. Lipscomb and Tennessee Tech. Lipscomb laying 9, total 152.5. Then we get into the rest of the card. Holy Cross, Northeastern, Youngstown State, Wright State, Dartmouth, New Hampshire, Akron, Bucknell, Radford, Southern Miss. We got Towson, Cornell, West Virginia, Coppin State, Western Michigan, Southern Indiana, FIU, Florida Gulf Coast, Furman, Elon, Minnesota, Indiana, Delaware State, and Navy. A lot of 7 o'clock games. Holy crap. Ohio, Maine, Wofford Presbyterian, Seton Hall, Central Connecticut, Northern Kentucky, Cleveland State. We got UNC Wilmington and Marshall, Stephen F. Austin, UT Rio Grande. What else we have? UMass, Harvard.
Today.
What's that?
I say everybody playing 6 today.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to go through. We're going to stop at this. We're going to just go have the 7 o'clock slot. I'm trying to highlight the decent games in here. High Point, Southern Illinois, Kent State, Austin P. Columbia Hofstra. So basically up until 7 p.m.
Oakland PFW Changs.
Yep. Oakland
PFW Detroit Mercy.
God.
Start versus Mount St. Mary's. You forgot 1 hoe, 2 hoe, red hoe, blue hoe.
I'm leaving them there. If you see them, then you can kind of call them out. But I didn't want to read off everything.
Versus Bucknell. You know what I mean?
God no web.
I'm up first, right? Let me see. It's not really a whole lot I love in this first slide. There's a couple things I like later on. In this one, I'll keep it short, sweet, and simple. I'm going to lean towards where'd it go? You know what? Let's not get cute. Let's just go ahead and just go behind the woodshed blowout action. Zip, baby. I think they take Bucknell behind that shit. Bucknell has not played well in the step-up games. Beat up by Pitt, beat up by St. John's. While I don't think Akron is as good as those two teams, I think they're closer to those two teams than you would think. And we saw Cornell even blow out Bucknell 101-72. So I think the Zips got something in them too that could do the same at home here. And if there was one more, I think West Virginia likely takes Coppin behind that shit. That's a lot of lumber to lay 31. And I kind of think Presbyterian could battle with Wofford. Same thing with the Salukis. It's kind of just my thoughts. I don't have any bets officially yet. Chris?
Yeah, I'm on board with Akron. That to me just feels like a game. It's like 93-57, just like an absolute blowout. I think Akron's the best mid-major in the country. I'm not scared to admit that. I think they're legit. And this team makes the NCAA tournament. They're going to be a tough out this time around. Not like last year where they, were one of my first round upsets and they got absolutely blitzed. But yeah, I like them there, and I also like Indiana laying the 9 on the road. What do we see from Indiana and Darian DeVries coach teams? They like shooting their threes, and this is a Minnesota team that is at home catching 9 in the barn in the past. That might have kind of scared me off, but Indiana, they shoot a ton of threes, and Minnesota's perimeter defense stinks. And we've seen them get beat up by the teams they've had to take the step up in class against. I think Indiana goes on the road and takes care of business here. I like Indiana laying the 9 in that one. Tony?
Yeah, the one game I like here, it's a conference game. I'll take Youngstown State here, -3.5 at home. In this one, Youngstown State at home has shot the ball well from 2 and 3. They defend the 3-point line well. They force turnovers. Look at Wright State, a team that has been poor on the glass on both ends. They turn the ball over. They struggle to defend inside. Wright State's usually a team you like to look at home, fade on the road. I'll take Youngstown State over. In recent seasons, have been playing well at home. I'll take them in this spot.
All right, we'll move on to the next part of the college hoops card. We got LSU and Boston College, Clemson and Alabama. Crimson Tide laying 10 at home in that one. We got the Calipari boys.
Sorry, I was muted. Alabama.
There you go. Okay, so you do better than I do. We got Louisville on the road taking on the Calipari boys. Arkansas catching 3 at home. We got Louisiana Monroe laying 9.5 against Mississippi Valley State. Central Arkansas and Little Rock. We got Belmont and Richmond, New Orleans and Memphis, Eastern Kentucky, Illinois State, Northern Colorado, and Omaha. Was that it? Okay, I did it right. Omaha. Ball State and Evansville, Idaho State, UMKC, Alcorn State catching 40 against Iowa State. We got Princeton and Monmouth, UMBC and Georgetown. We got Portland State, South Dakota, Tennessee State, Alabama A&M, and South Dakota State, Northern Arizona. We'll cut it off at 8 Eastern. And then we got a nice time slot to close out the card. But yeah, for me in these ones, I'm gonna roll with. Let me see here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna roll with Belmont laying the 6.5 against Richmond. This Belmont team is legit. They're up there with Akron as one of the better mid majors in the country. This offense is rolling. The defense is picking up. It's side of the ball as well. Richmond, yeah, this is a team that's been able to compete. They're 6-1 on the year, but Belmont, I think at home is just another animal. So I'm going to take Belmont in that one. And I'm going to. And that Mississippi Valley State line looks funky. I'm gonna take South Dakota here. I like them at home. Portland State 4-2 straight up, 4-0 against the number. They've had some online games, and you look at the teams that they've played over this little 3-game win streak that they're on. They beat a subdivision team, and they beat Cal State, Bakersfield, and Utah Tech. I think South Dakota at home is, just a tough out. They're 4-1. We're, catching a 1.5 with them. I'm going to take South Dakota plus the 1.5. Tony?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Richmond on the road here, getting the points. I think it's a little too many here with Belmont. Richmond, a team that can hit threes. They defend the three-point line well, rebound on offense and defense effectively. I know it is their first true road game, but this Richmond team has a lot of D1 experience. They use a lot of their bench. Number one in bench minutes, so they rotate a lot of players in and out. Minutes continuity, 35th in the nation. I'll take Richmond plus the points.
Jay, what do you like here?
Jackrabbits. I think they beat North Arizona. Iowa State probably wins over Alcorn by 50.
No Lipsy in that game, I don't think.
That's the degenerate early start. We got a game starting at top of the hour, 2 games at top of the hour. They're asking for the degenerate specials here.
ULM, man, what you got for me today, bro? ULM, what you got for me today? I don't know if I can pull the trigger on it, though. Because they some shit, too. That's the problem. They some shit. I lean ULM. But give me roll tide roll, baby. Roll tide roll. Give me Alabama. Different team, monster and animal at home. I don't think them ACC boys ready for that. And while I'm not nearly as high on them this year as I was last year, give me the Calipari boys plus 3.5. I think they got a legitimate chance to win that game outright. Louisville's a really good team. Not knocking them, but they've been fortunate to play a lot of games at home. It's their first, true test on the road against a good Arkansas team. Give me the pigs. Woo, pigs. See what happens.
Yeah, some people are asking about the Pine Bluff game. I would lean at UIC in that game if I had to pick it, but there's a reason I don't think any of us touched on it in the beginning. It's because it's not a good game. It's a huge line. Same thing with Lipscomb, Tennessee Tech. But we'll move on to the last part of the card. We got, where did we? I kind of lost my place when I went back to the top of the page. There we go. Northwestern and Wisconsin at 9 Eastern. We got Big Ten Conference action. We got Texas State and Rice. We got North Dakota State and Montana. Cal Baptist and BYU. Oral Roberts and Weber State. We got Pacific and Air Force. North Dakota, Idaho. We got Eastern Washington and Denver. St. Thomas and Montana State. And then the rest of the ACC SEC Challenge. We got Virginia, Texas. SMU, Vanderbilt. Mississippi State, Georgia Tech. NC State and Auburn. We got Vermont, Oregon State. Utah Valley, San Diego State. North Alabama and San Francisco. Got the Eggs of Utah Tech against Santa Clara. And to close it out, UCLA on the road taking on Washington. Tony, what do you like in this final time slot?
2 games I like in this final slot. I like Air Force plus the points here. Again, specific. It is elevation here for the traveling Tigers. We look at the Falcons, pretty good size. They convert well inside, defend the 3-point shot. Pacific is a team that turns the ball over. They don't force him on the defensive end. You can't be turning the ball over here against the academy team like Air Force. UOP also lacks size. I like the home court advantage here for Air Force, taking the 6.5. out late here with UCLA. Very talented team, really good team. They are 17th in the nation in defensive efficiency. Experienced team that shoots the ball well from 3 and inside. Washington, team that doesn't force turnovers. On the defensive side, they struggle to score inside. They dropped both their step-up games against Baylor by 9 on the road and then by 13 to Colorado on neutral. This is not a particularly large team. They lack size. For a Big Ten team, you can't be ranked in the 200s in size. I don't know what they're doing recruiting-wise in Washington, but you're going to play in the Big Ten. You can't be a middle of a pack here in size. So I'll take UCLA in this one.
Jay, what do you like here?
Mississippi State laying a 3.5. You lose to them, DePaul. That's all you need to know. You lose to DePaul. That's all you need to know. There's a reason trash-ass Mississippi State 3-4 is up and over a bucket favorite over Georgia Tech on the road. Georgia Tech is ass. Give me Mississippi State. Give me NC State against North Carolina. Give me North Carolina State, NC State versus Auburn. Everybody and mama can be on Auburn today. They're gonna be sad as hell. That team is not the same. Little Pearl is not Big Pearl. It's just not. And
doesn't seem to work out in college basketball when they hand it over to the Sun. Doesn't work out too well.
Yeah. So I think that's just too many points for Auburn to lay. I think they're not as good as they have been in years past, and I feel like they're a little overrated, overvalued right now. That Vandy 10.5 over SMU. Holy shit. I'm gonna take Vandy. I'm gonna lay it. SMU not that good. They a fake 8-0. SMU been good in years past. Like I usually be rocking with SMU, but they're not that good to me right now. Like that, nothing I've seen from them has been like, ooh, shit, yeah, here we go. I'm gonna take 2 8-0 teams and one of them favored by double digits. I think that tell you what you need to know, man. I'm gonna take Vandy.
I guess all the money going to the football team. I guess.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 programs who football they've been down, but they up right now. They up right now. And you stuck right now. Penny as a 14.5 point favorite. I know Chris probably finna take New Orleans. I just know my guy. You know what I mean? I just know him, bro.
That's all you gotta know.
Yeah, that's all you gotta know. That's it for me today in college hoops, though. My Hook'em boys, Texas. Did I get it done today? They're ass, but I'm a fake take them. I'm gonna lean towards my Horns today. We'll see what happens.
Hook 'em
Horns.
Yeah. Hook 'em.
You getting in the playoff, college football playoff?
Sadly, no. We're gonna be in the Cheez-It Bowl.
Oh no, gonna go to the Cheez-It Bowl. Yikes!
There's nothing wrong with the Cheez-It Bowl.
We can be in the Cheez-It Bowl against Michigan, sadly. And we should be in, man. My hope is, this is my hope. We'll just talk about it right quick. This is my hope. My hope is Texas Tech beats the hell out of BYU. Georgia beat the shit out of Alabama. And I think there's one more. Oh, Ohio State beats the shit out of Indiana. Those 3 things happen. I think Texas leapfrogs Notre Dame and Miami, and they put them in. But even that is still wishing. But because to me, when you stack up Miami, Notre Dame, Texas, the only argument those 2 teams win over Texas is they got 2 losses and Texas has 3. That's the only argument that they win. And then, so to me, you look at it through another lens. Miami very well loses at the Swamp too. I'm sorry. And both of them getting blown out on the road at Ohio State. So, and both of them losing on the road at Georgia. So then you look at it like, well, Notre Dame lost to Texas A&M. Well, guess who didn't? Hooker. Then you start to look at, if you want to bring in the losses, I think Texas losses are better than Miami's. Miami lost at Louisville and I forgot who the other one was off the top of my head. So
I got an easy solution to end all this nonsense. Just to make it a 16-team tournament and only one group of 5. And then you can't, then you can pretty much say, well, you're kind of a mid-tier team in the SEC, you're not going to get in. Because that's really what we're talking about, right? When you snub an SEC team, then college football goes into chaos, right? It's always an SEC team when they get snubbed. We always see their coaches on there politicking. But if you just make it a 16-team tournament, then you can pretty much eliminate all this nonsense.
This is my final argument right here. And I know this is the thing. Texas doesn't play Ohio State. They don't play them. And we play Samford. And we're right now sitting at 10-2, even with the loss at the Swamp. We are the number 6 team in the country. We're with 2 losses. Even at Florida and at Georgia, we are number 6 in the country right now. That's my argument. So because we went out of our way to please all of y'all out there, to give y'all some shit to watch week 1 of the college football week, because we went out of our way to do that, we're going to be left out and we're going to be in the Cheez-It Bowl.
I disagree. I think that I don't think they would have penalized you for losing to Ohio State on the road in the opener.
So do you think what I said? Say we play Samford week 1 and say we just have 2 losses. 2 losses right now, Georgia and Florida. Would we not be 6 in the country? Yes or no?
No.
Where would we be?
Probably.
We would still be in front of Miami. We would be in front of Notre Dame for sure.
Probably close to where they are now, because that Ohio State loss does nothing to hurt you, because it's still the defending national champions. I think what were they? Were they ranked 1 and 2 in that game? No. I'm just asking serious. I believe they were 1 and 2 in that game, right?
I believe we would still be in front of those other 2, Miami and Notre Dame, and here's why. Again, Notre Dame's best win right now is number 19 USC. That's their best win.
And what's their worst loss?
Miami.
Who's still 8-4, 9-3? I'm just saying the loss to Florida is what's hurt it. If you didn't play Florida, you don't lose that result.
There's no bad loss in the SEC, especially on the road. It's not a bad loss.
Yeah.
And then I can talk around this in circles.
No, I get it.
Hold on. You know why I know we would still be top 6 right now if we only had 2 losses? You know why I know we would? Alabama. We're not gonna act like they didn't lose to Florida State. We're gonna act like that didn't happen.
That's a good point.
We're not gonna sit here and act like Florida just didn't flood Florida State. We're gonna act like that didn't happen.
That's a good point. I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
Argument. That's what I'm saying. We don't lose to Ohio State and we got 2 losses. This is the pretty record college football playoff. That's what it is, bro. That's what it is. It's not the best 12.
I don't know.
It's the pretty record.
Yeah, it's flawed.
Very flawed.
It's flawed.
No, there's just too many teams. I mean, there's just too many teams, to try to get a playoff team out of 130. What is it? 133 college football teams. Too many teams. They got to break it up. Just break these conferences up. And they don't play enough. Again, you're playing 8 conference games. How do you even know who's the best team in conference? You don't even play you're just playing half the teams. That's just to me. It's just I don't get it. A total mess.
Losses don't move me as much as they move y'all. And here's my argument. Here's my argument for that. In no other sport do you penalize teams for losses for real until the playoff. Like, you get what I mean? So, like, in the NBA, just because the Thunder roll into the playoff with the best record don't mean a damn thing. It don't mean nothing. Same thing in the NFL. The wild card team got a legitimate chance to go in there and win that shit. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I think a wild card team gonna win it this year in the NFL. So it's just like this notion that best record automatically means best team is a disgusting concept, and it needs to be thrown out of the window. Personally.
Well, Notre Dame got a lot of free passes based on their strength of schedule.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Notre Dame need to join a conference. They need to join a conference. They should be playing this weekend somebody for real because of that light ass schedule they played. Notre Dame schedules their schedule, and they said, you know what, we're gonna schedule front end. We're gonna schedule 2 hard teams, Miami and A&M. Those are the only 2 tough games they really had, and they lost them. I don't care what they did the next 10. You had 2 tough ones, and you lost both, bro. So you shouldn't be then just rewarded for winning them. To me, there's no argument. Notre Dame is out, and if you just really want to be completely honest, Miami should be in. They beat them head to head. It happened on the field. So now all this other made up shit that everybody keep trying to come up with to justify it don't make sense. Because then at what point are the games being played for? At what point does Texas get credit for being the first team since 2019 to beat not 1, not 2, but 3 top 10 ranked opponents? What are we playing for? Or are we playing for pretty ass records? Oregon shouldn't be that damn high. They didn't play no damn body. That's Indiana, same thing. The Big Ten is getting away with highway fucking robbery because their best teams don't play the same. They don't play nobody. They all play the bottom tier of their conference, and they don't play each other. But Texas and the SEC, they in that water. They in that deep shit every week. No, every week is a chance you could lose. It's just that simple. So I'm mad. My team's going to be in the Cheez-It Bowl. I don't think we deserve it.
Well, I mean, I just look at the NFL. We've seen teams in divisions. We've seen teams with losing records win divisions, and we've just lived with it, right? So if you can finish in the top 3 in your division, then you move on. And we just have to kind of take the NFL model for what it is, right? We don't take the best teams in the NFL to the playoffs, where we put them in divisions, and we see an 8-8 or a 7-9 Seattle team make the playoffs. We've seen the Saints make it at losing records, and we just live with it. I think they just got to make a case. Okay, only the top 3 teams from each conference goes, and if you're the 4th, 5th team, that's it. You just got to come down and make it hard. Yeah, you want to have all the best teams in one conference. I know you want to make all that money, but you're gonna, if you want to make it a playing field where we include everybody, then you have to put your foot down and say we're only going to take the top 3 from a conference, and then that's how it's going to be. And then you guys in these conferences, you guys can figure out the tiebreakers. We don't care. We're just going to give us your top 3. And then we'll come up with tiebreakers for everybody else. But I mean, look at the SEC. They got 4 or 5 teams already in this thing. So how many more do you want? That's what Vanderbilt's going to get snubbed. They're the most entertaining team in the conference. In my opinion, they're the most entertaining team in the SEC. The Vanderbilt game's been great.
They have a good argument too. They have it. Yeah. It should be 16 this year. 16 would solve everything. 16 would solve it, and then 17, 18 we cry.
Well. At least Texas elevate the program. We're not seeing Texas in the Texas Bowl anymore, so they've elevated their program considerably.
We're going to be in the damn Cheez-It Bowl. I would rather be in the Pop-Tart Bowl, but no, it's going to be the Cheez-It Bowl.
There's nothing wrong with Cheez-Its. He just wants to watch that big ass Pop-Tart go into the toaster.
Well, they put them in those Florida bowls right on New Year's Day. Those Florida bowls, the Tampa Bay, Orlando, when it's raining.
They're going to be in the Citrus Bowl.
They're going to be the Tax Slayer Bowl or the Gator Bowl.
Orange Gator Bowl.
It's going to be the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, and it's going to be Texas versus Michigan.
Yeah, it's got to be Tax Slayer because they don't pay taxes in Texas, so that'd be a perfect one for them.
There you go. Anyways, what got us into this whole spiral? I'm laying the 2.5 with Texas against Virginia.
The horns were growling there. Yep.
I just think that this Texas team has been competitive against a lot of top tier competition. The losses they've taken were a 1-point loss to Arizona State and the loss on the road at Duke. They blew out NC State. They're in great form offensively. Virginia, first true road game of the season. they lost against Butler. They have the game against Northwestern, but other than that, they haven't really been tested. I think this is going to be a shock to the system for them here. So I'm going to go with Texas. I'm going to lay the 2.5 in that one. I like the under Mississippi State, Georgia Tech. I think that's a 1 to 70 wins game. Both these teams leave a lot of points at the free throw line, and I think that's going to come back to bite them here. So give me the under 149 Mississippi State, Georgia Tech. And I like San Francisco. I don't love that the line is steaming up, but this is a horrible spot for North Alabama. Just played 2 days ago in Jacksonville State, cross-country travel spot to San Francisco, a team that's always, underrated and undervalued as far as I'm concerned because they're living in the shadow of Gonzaga and St. Mary's in the West Coast Conference. But North Alabama, this is just a bad spot for them. I think San Francisco beats up on them here at home. So I'll lay it with San Fran in that one, and I'm on board. I'm with Jay on NC State too. I just don't think Auburn should be laying 8 points against anyone right now. So NC State's got a good team; they can stay competitive. Give me NC State in the points. But we'll move on past college into the NBA, and we got a healthy card there. We start with the Blazers and the Cavs. Cavs laying 10.5. Total 240.5. We got the Pacers and the Nuggets. Nuggets laying 7.5 on the road. Total of 236.5. We got the Spurs and the Magic. Magic laying 8. Total 236. And the Hawks and the Clippers. Hawks laying Hawks laying 3.5 at home, total of 227, and we'll go 5 because it cuts off at 7:30. Charlotte at New York. New York laying 8.5 in this one. Jay, what do you like here?
I like Cleveland. I think they beat up on Portland. Bad spot for Portland. Back end of a back-to-back with travel. I feel like Cleveland could use a dominant home win. Cleveland has the rest advantage. I think the Cavs flood them. I like Atlanta. The Clippers are just on the automatic fade list right now. Then they tried to scapegoat my boy Chris Paul last night. It ain't his fault. He barely on the floor. It ain't his fault.
Well, I mean, that's the problem. We expected more from him. I don't know. Here's a one-way ticket back home. Wow, that's pretty brutal.
This is what I want. I want Chris Paul to be like, all right, I tried to come do the last hoorah with the Clippers, man. I took y'all from nothing to something. And y'all gonna cut me? All right, watch this. You know where I'm going? I'm going to the other city that I did that to. I turned them from something to nothing. I was their bridge guy. I want Chris Paul to take his ass to Oklahoma City and get him a ring. That's what I want. That's what I want. Go get a ring. Go ring chase, Chris. Go back to OKC and turn up.
Who's he taking minutes from, though?
Just give him 4 or 5 minutes at the end of the game. That's all.
He wants a token ring. A token ring. Yeah. He wants his token ring. Get your token ring. And then there's the bench ring for you.
Yeah.
You get one less carrot.
He can do it too. So that's what I want. Fuck the Clippers. Give me the
I thought you were going to say Lakers. I know.
I wouldn't be mad if he went to the Lakers either, though. Stay in LA, Go over there with. He ain't got to do much in LA either. They rolling, so he could just chill.
Luka can make him better,
Yeah. So I wouldn't be mad at him going to the Lake Show either. He got a real chance to win a ring in there too. And on them Lakes. How you feeling, Chris?
Yeah, I'm going over in Pacers Nuggets. I just think it's going to be a track meet. Even if this turns into a blowout, because that was my concern. I was kind of leaning towards Indiana plus the 8, but then they got beat up by the Cavs. Gave up 135 in that game. Denver can still score. I think it's one of those games that, Denver scores 125, 130, and the Pacers do enough to chip in towards the over here. So I like the over 237 in that one. And I like the Hawks laying the 3.5 until the Clippers show me something. It's no bueno for me with the Clippers. I think this team's cooked. Yeah, because you can't even make the excuse that they've been banged up and that the guys haven't been in the lineup. Kawhi's been playing. He had 36 points, I think, in that last game. It's not working. I think it's just time to admit that it's not working for the Clippers. So give me the Hawks by default. They've been playing some decent basketball, and I think they get it done at home. So Atlanta for me. Tony?
Yeah, I mean, these are back-to-back teams. I just want no part of them. I mean, Orlando, I like Cleveland, but I don't like the numbers. I wouldn't bet them. The numbers have moved too much here on those games. I'll go with the Pacers here plus the points. The issue here with the Nuggets here is they're dealing with huge injuries rotation-wise. No Braun, no Gordon, no Strother, and now Murray's questionable. So that's a massive injury here for these Nuggets. And what we know about the Dallas Mavericks, what we know about the Indiana Pacers is they can't shoot. So when you can't shoot, then you get the coach's ears on defense. So what you're seeing here from the Mavericks and the Pacers, they're playing pretty good defense, and that's what they're going to have to do to kind of be competitive until they can find their shooting touch. So if you want to play on these teams and get minutes, you're going to have to play defense because you guys can't shoot a lick right now. So I'll take Indiana based on the fact that they have to focus on defense. You look over the past 2 weeks, they're holding teams to 44% shooting, 31% from three. Denver here over their past 2 weeks, allowing 122 points a game and 48% shooting. The defense is going south here for Denver because they're missing key components in that rotation like Braun and Gordon, who's really an energy guy. Really quiet guy. I like the way he goes about his business. He's not one of those guys that points his finger at himself and looking at, he just kind of, he reminds me of that. Who was that receiver in Arizona? Fitzgerald was his name, when he would just cut the touchdown, hand it to the receiver. Kind of like that, where he just plays very professionally. I like the Pacers here plus the points. What else we have here? Yeah, we covered Knicks in this block. Yeah, we do.
Everything up until 7:30 Eastern.
Okay, so the Knicks kind of go to 7:40 Eastern. So okay, we'll take that.
That one's in there. That one's in there.
I'll take Charlotte here plus the points. It is a back-to-back spot, 4 games. See, we kind of reached the point now where you have to look at these travel spots. We're now a month and a half into the season because we started in mid-October, right? So now you have to look at some of these travel spots. Knicks here, team that is playing their 3rd game in 4 nights now at home. Now we saw them in this spot about 3 weeks ago against Orlando. They were in a back-to-back 3rd game in 4 nights. Orlando went into MSG and absolutely pounded the Knicks by 17. So I don't think this is a team that handles travel very well. I know they have a great home record, but we saw them at home get pounded in this similar spot. So I'll take Charlotte plus the points. Yeah, I could only look at Atlanta here. I mean, look, the Clippers had a day off in Miami. We saw what happened. The Clippers have a day off in Atlanta. We're going to see what happens. And if you want to know what happens when they have days off in those cities, well, go back and look at the Kawhi Leonard video, and you know what I'm talking about. I won't mention it here. But Chris just remembers it. Day off in Atlanta, day off in Miami, and I know these guys circled this on the calendar. Hey, this is our party. This is our party road trip right here. Okay, party road trip, day off in Miami, day off in Atlanta. That's NBA insider talk right there for you guys.
Because Tony's made that trip once or twice.
Yes, so we make a trip to Atlanta there. Exactly. Clippers are a mess. The issue with the Clippers is we used to give the Clippers credit for having depth. They have no depth, right? They traded Norman Powell. They talked to Norman Powell the other day in Miami. Say, what do you think about this Clipper team? I'm glad I'm not even there. I'm just glad I'm not there for it. Late bloomer here, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He's a late. Keep an eye on these late bloomers. I think SGA was a late bloomer, right? He wasn't doing much with the Clippers. So some of these late bloomers, I call these guys that have been in their 3rd or 4th year in the league, after they're drafted when they're 18 or 19-year-old kids, they start to become men in their mid-20s. So we're starting to see some of these late bloomers, like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, start to put points in off the bench. I'll take Atlanta there in that spot.
All right, and we got the final section of the card. We've got Chicago.
Boo.
taking on the Brooklyn Nets. Chicago laying 7.5. We got the Houston Rockets laying 15.5 against the Sacramento Kings. We got the Milwaukee Bucks catching 4.5 at home against the Detroit Pistons. And the Dallas Mavericks catching 5.5 at home against the Miami Heat. For me in these ones, I'm going to go with Chicago laying the 8. This just seems like a nice get-right spot for them at home. The Brooklyn Nets, they believe it or not, they've won 75% of their games or I should say 75% of their wins have come on the road this season. But, the Chicago Bulls are still, for me, just the better team, and they've been really good at home. 6-2 this year, 5-2-1 against the number. They just got their butts kicked on this recent road trip where they lost to New Orleans, Charlotte, Indiana. But I think getting back home will serve this team well here. I think they're going to take care of business. I can't get there with the Brooklyn Nets. They got the nice win at home over Charlotte, and that's all well and good. But more often than not, they've been getting their butts kicked this season. So I'll lean towards Chicago there. And I'm going to lean towards the Milwaukee Bucks plus the 4.5. I just think this is the buy low spot. This is the bottom of the market on Milwaukee. This is the spot where you have to show up. It doesn't get much worse than losing to Washington with Giannis in the lineup. Like I said, you don't even have the injury excuse. I think a lot of these guys are pissed off. Giannis is used to being considered as on a team that's a favorite to win the Eastern Conference and not be 9-13 through the first 22 games. And we just saw Detroit come into Milwaukee about a week and a half ago, win by 13. Revenge spot for Milwaukee at home with some added motivation to get their shit together. So I'm going to go with Milwaukee plus the 4.5. Tony?
Yeah, there. I'm going to look at Brooklyn here. Don't like the form that the Bulls are in right now, losing 10 of 13, failing to cover 8 of 10. Shooting has been very inconsistent for Chicago, and they're really banged up early. They got like 12, 13 guys on an injury report, although guys like Kobe White are significant. There are a lot of rotational guys, a lot of depth guys that are on that injury report. There's, for the most part, some of their starters are healthy, but the bench is going to be the concern here for the Kings for the Bulls based on their injuries. Chicago over the past month gave up 126 points a game. The defense has not been good either. I'll take Brooklyn in that spot. Kings and the Rockets. I'm going to look at Sacramento here, plus 15.5. The Rockets are coming off a road trip, and it didn't end very well. And in fact, they played back-to-back games in high elevation in Utah. They're just 3-4. They're spread at home. But you look at Sacramento as double-digit dogs. They've covered 3 straight, and they picked up 2 straight wins in those games against Denver and at home to Minnesota. So they've won in this spot as double-digit dogs. And you got Houston coming off a road trip. I'll look at Sacramento. May sprinkle some on the money line with Sacramento as well. What does it say? 8-1 on your money?
Yeah.
Yeah. Might be a little sprinkle there with Sacramento there. So the spot doesn't sit well for Houston here. So I'll look here. I'll look at the Kings in that spot. What I've said about Dallas and Indiana is they defend. They can't shoot. You got to defend. For that, I'll look at taking the Mavericks here plus 5.5. They've been covering spreads based on their defense. You look at home, they're allowing teams 45% shooting. The Mavs have covered 3 of 4. Good defensive play here. Again, Indiana, Dallas can't shoot, but they're covering spreads because of their defense. So I'll take them in this spot. Miami on the road give 120 points per game, but they are playing very fast. They got that. They're playing the Memphis style of basketball. We saw them pick up that Memphis assistant coach over there, and they're running like crazy. Let's see how long this lasts. We've seen teams out of the gate like a racehorse. This is like a 2-mile race in horse racing, and you get tired at the end of the season. So we'll see how Miami handles this fast pace, and of course when we get into some of these travel situations. But I know Dallas has some ugly numbers, but they're covering spreads with their defense. I'll take them in this spot.
Jay, close us out.
Mavs are ass. Give me the Heat. Giannis plays. Give me the Bucks. Money line. Detroit's now overrated, overvalued. They're being priced like the best team in the league, the best team in the East. Their record would tell you that they're that. I don't think they're that, though. And I think Giannis don't think they're that either. And if he plays tonight, I think he reminds them. I think Houston floods Sacramento. Houston's a different team, monster and animal at home. Sacramento so dysfunctional. Bulls don't deserve to be laying 7.5 on anybody. The Nets might win this game outright. Knicks are 10-1 ATS at home this season. They've only not covered once at home. Their home and away splits is crazy. They don't cover on the road, but they cover damn near every game at home. I'm off the Charlotte train. Give me the Knicks. That's it.
Yep. All right. Well, managed to get to that part of the show. Tony, what do you got going on over at PickDawgz Premium today?
I got a best bet on the board here right now from the NBA. Come off a winner here for you here on Monday and Tuesday. So look to keep that rolling. Get on board with my long-term subscriptions. We got a lot of good football coming up with the conference championships here, NFL and more, college hoops. Get on board with me over at PickDawgz Premium. Promo code PICK will save that 15%.
Definitely check Tony T out over at PickDawgz Premium. Jay, what do you got going on over at PickDawgz today?
I got a few NBA plays I got locked and loaded. So it's been a really light week for me. We're on Wednesday. I've only had 2 plays officially in the NBA thus far this week, and the tough part is I've dropped both of them. To be honest, though, I think they were good calls. I think they were just bad beats. Monday night I had the Magic laying 8.5. They won by 5 over the trash ass Bulls, and then last night I had the Raptors laying 5.5. They won by 3. Had a 15-point lead heading into the fourth. Portland tried dumb hard in the fourth quarter, and Toronto let their foot off the gas. So think good calls, bad beats. That's the way I'm characterizing it in my head. I could just be wrong. I could have just lost. Regardless, I'm bouncing back today. So if you believe me, you can hop on with me over at PickDawgz Premium. You can pair me up with one of the other guys. Let's make some money today.
There you go. There you go.
Definitely.
Hey, Jay, are we going to get the hook? Are we going to get the hook with the Cowboys? Because I'm seeing 3 and juice here with the Lions tomorrow. Are we going to get 3.5 with the Cowboys?
We might. I don't want it. You know where I'm at.
Don't need
we
it.
Win
Right?
it out. We win it out. Good point. Y'all know where I'm at tomorrow. Outright ML. Walk in your trap, take over your trap. Dak Prescott 5-1 in his career against the Lions. We got some for them boys. Remember last time we played was when the Lions was first taking off, and what happened?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Wasn't there some controversy in one of their games? A referee call?
Yeah, that was the last time we played. It was controversial.
Yeah, very much controversial.
So
we're seeing juice on that 3 now. So you might be able
thing is, I don't know. I don't even. Have y'all not watched that Lions defense the past couple weeks? Have y'all not watched it? Did y'all not see what Jameis did to that defense?
Yeah,
did y'all not see what Jordan Love and them did to that defense? So what the hell you think Dak, GP, and CD finna do to them?
Oh yeah. And remember, you're not going to get you're going to get like a Sunday performance because these teams have full rest. They played on Thanksgiving. So usually the team on the Thursday are disadvantaged, but not here because Dallas has a full rest week here heading into this one.
Right. I'm trying to think, where am I now? Oh yeah, that's right. That's what I got going on today. For me today, I got my NHL power play. We cashed that last night with the San Jose Sharks, and now got another play on the board today that I like. We've also got college hoops. My big play, I also got a 5-pack from college hoops and some bonus plays on there if you're a long-term subscriber. So definitely make sure that you check that out. Off 4 straight winning days, looking to make it 5. Let's have a good day and pair me up with Tony, pair me up with Jay. Use the promo code PICK, get 15% off your purchase. But it's about that time, guys. Parlay time.
Parlay.
Hooray
Tony,
for the
what do you
parlay.
like for a parlay today?
So I didn't hear it was me first? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to look here. Let me get my numbers up here. I will take in the parlay, it will be, sorry about this. I'll take Wright State, and I'll match Wright State up with Air Force and UCLA in a 3-teamer.
Roll Tide roll. I'm going to lay the points with them. Give me Iowa State laying the 40. I think they win by 50. And last but not least, give me Mississippi State at Georgia Tech, favored by over a possession. You lose to DePaul, damn sure lose to Mississippi State. College hoops 3-pack for me right there.
Telling you guys, hammer this today. Under in Georgia Tech, Mississippi State, Texas money line, South Dakota plus the points. And 3-teamer. All right, that's it. We made it.
We did it. We did it.
We did it.
All right. Any final words, Tony, before we head out of here?
I like Jacksonville State against Kennesaw on Friday.
There you go. Bonus play from Tony T. Jay?
Go Dogs. Go Dogs. Go Dogs. Come on, Georgia. Texas Tech. Need y'all boys. Beat the shit out of BYU. Don't even give them a chance to get in the playoff. And Indiana, so damn fraudulent. Ohio State. We'll see that.
Yeah, Tech is impounding everybody.
Yeah. And I'm sad, but if that doesn't happen, it looks like my team in the Cheez-It Bowl.
Stop resigning yourself to the Cheez-It Bowl. You guys can make the Pop-Tart Bowl. All you have to do is believe. Just like that Pop-Tart believed that it would be something, and finally it became something. Anyways. Thank you guys for joining us. Appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Thursday card, got a tiny college hoops card tomorrow. Like 10 games. NFL, got some NBA. We're gonna have a bigger NHL card. So gonna be here bright and early, ready to make you guys some money. Remember, you can find our best bets at PickDawgz Premium. Use that promo code PICK. And check out all the content that we got going on.
I woke up feeling the cheesiest.
Yeah, all your college kids, you better pass those finals. We're hitting final exam weeks. You better pass those finals. We don't want any people, losing eligibility over missing finals. We don't want to see any Longhorns opting out of bowl games and playoffs because they can't pass their final.
This is true. All right. Check out all the content over at PickDawgz. We'll see you guys soon. Cheese, 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 cheese.